Matt read Titans issue 21 for
Mm-hmm.
some reason, but it's John Layman writing with Pete Woods on art. Tell us about it, Matt.
There's a method to my madness, and sometimes it bites me. All right. So I had stopped reading this. Well, not fully, right? I was still getting them. I was going to read them in a batch, and then the story's taken some weird turns where the Titans now are essentially being infiltrated by Deathstroke through Raven, and here they've Deathstroke has sent Psycho Pirate with his Medusa mask to essentially bring out the dark side of Raven that they had put away during the Tom Taylor's last arc when she was the why am I drawing a blank? The winged, whatever it was, right? Queen.
Darkwing Queen?
Yeah, like that. And so Raven's powers have been really wonky and it's been kind of affecting everybody in the tower. And this ends with what looks like, this starts with Roy having people at like Arrow's point as they're in this lab and all of the Titans are fighting each other. And then that's where it goes back that Roy had woken up in Central Park. He was kind of the only one that wasn't involved in everything that had led to Psycho Pirate taking over Star Labs, where Raven had gone to essentially they were going to give her like this scan to try to figure out what's wrong with her emotional state because of everything that had gone on. And so Roy ends up getting Cyborg, and Cyborg's working on this project that he doesn't want Roy to know about. Turns out that project is Vanadia. Do you guys remember Vanadia? From the Taylor run, she's the one that ended up with all the powers of the Titans. She's essentially a Titans Amazo.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I never would have remembered her name, but yeah, now you've described her, yeah.
Yeah. So they bring her in, and Cyborg's like, yeah, I've been working on her because she deserves a second chance, right? She was just used as a weapon last time. There's still something in there. So he's brought this android back that has all of their powers. And so Roy tries to lecture Cyborg why this is wrong because, you know, like she's just a machine. And Cyborg gives him this look that's like, pick your next words very carefully, right? Cyborg boom tubes them into the lab where Psycho Pirate has fully taken over Raven with the Medusa mask, which then this is what leads to the Titans all fighting at the beginning. There's a lot of cutting back and forth like that Layman's done throughout this book, but Raven is fighting Psycho Pirate in her like soul self and ends up bringing that dark side of Raven out, but that dark side ends up protecting her because it realizes that she can't have the darkness without the light and that Raven can't have the light without the darkness, right? So it's just they're going to have to find a balance in order to, in order for Raven to fully like get to her powers and use them the right way. And so they essentially fuse, and now Raven's almost at this point where she's at one with herself, finally. And that ends up knocking back Psycho Pirate, knocking the mask off, and the Titans are victorious. With help with Vanadia, because she was able, being a machine, wasn't susceptible to the Medusa mask's powers. And Psycho Pirate ends up cracking, basically, that he's working for Deathstroke. And the issue ends with Donna, who's leading the team, say that they're now going to take the fight to Deathstroke. It's a very mid-book at this point. It's been getting by on these different stories of, like one of them focused on Killer Frost and Clock King, and it's almost been these seemingly independent villains all working for Deathstroke and whatever Deathstroke's planning to do to the Titans. But But yeah, the main reason that I decided to read this is so when we name our covers of the week.
I knew it. I was about to ask, the Jenny Prison Starfire cover. I was like,
There's a Jenny Frisian Starfire
There's
cover.
a Jenny Frisian Barda cover in New Gods. You've got one to pick.
Yes, I know. So now y'all know. Now y'all know my final two choices. Which one am I gonna pick? We're gonna keep it. Am I feeling Barda or am I feeling?
You
Corey?
read and reviewed a book just so the cover would be eligible for your choice at the end of the show. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right. Did you read it?
Yes. Yeah, it's a 6. Like it's not terrible, but it's far from good.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me talk about the art real quick because the art by who's in the art? Pete Woods. It's good for the action. A lot of good action sequences. Benadia really kicks some butt. The Raven stuff looks cool, but yeah, it's just kind of a mid book at best.